you'll know when I want to let you know.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. About to make his way to the ring from Brooklyn, New York. He weighs in at 214 pounds. This is Low Ki. Not the first time we've seen Low Ki tonight interfering in both of the tag team tournament matchups, but I think J.J. Dillon might have yet another surprise in store for not only Vince Russo and Sports Entertainment Extreme, but also Low Ki. Want to find out about that surprise? Let's go back to Goldilocks.
I'm here with a really pleasant surprise, Steve Corino. Steve, obviously by being here tonight, you've answered the call to arms on NWA TNA.
That's right. Low Ki, you better look into these eyes, because you know these eyes. These are the eyes of the king of old school, Steve Corino, the same guy every 2 weeks you go to Japan with. You see, Low Ki, I always thought we were cool. I always thought you had the same respect for the sport of pro wrestling that I did. But obviously you don't. You hang around Vince Russo and his sex group. You have disrespected the pro wrestling sport for weeks now, Low Ki. Low Ki, look in these eyes. Because you see with these eyes, it's not just Steve Corino. It's Dusty Rhodes. It's Terry Funk, Dory Funk, Barry Windham. All the legends are on my back. You see, Low Ki, you've disrespected the sport of pro wrestling for way too long now. And tonight, NWA TNA, I'm going to beat some respect back into you. Low Ki, it's time to come home to the sport of pro wrestling. It's not a business, and it's not about sex, Low Ki. It's about pro wrestling. The king of old school's here in TNA for one reason, and that's to destroy Vince Russo's sex group. And tonight, it starts with Low Ki.
We want to wish you good luck, not only with your match tonight, but on your career here at NWA TNA.
Thanks, baby doll.
And his opponents from Philadelphia. He weighs in at 228 pounds. He is the king of old school. This is Steve Corino. Well, who better to represent the NWA than the man who, well, as you heard, the king of old school, the former NWA World's Champion, former ECW Champion. What a great story Steve Corino is. And Don, you have to tell the people at home what was going on here in the arena when Steve Corino was doing that interview with Goldilocks as far as Low Ki is concerned.
Folks, if you could have seen it, Low Ki was standing on the top rope, staring at the big screen more intently than I've seen anybody stare at anything. And I've seen a kid stare at a cartoon. And then he started pacing in the ring, Mike. Pacing in the ring. Couldn't hardly wait. I think Low Ki was in shock at what he was seeing. His old running buddy from Japan in here in the ring with him.
I think this is almost a case of turnabout fair play as far as J.J. Dillon and the NWA is concerned. Think about that Triple X team that Russo has, the former tag team champions. On any given night, he can have any two of those three in the ring in a championship match. Well, I think it's time for the NWA and J.J. Dillon to turn that on Russo and not allow his men to have the kind of pre-match plan and strategy as Corino and Low Ki hook it up in the early going. And you see that Low Ki goes for the cheap shot that time, poking him right in the eyes. We got Corino fight back.
I tell you what, could you believe the pop that the crowd did when Corino appeared on the screen? It was incredible. I'll tell you what, former NWA champion, like you said, the king of old school, right here in the ring tonight. But what an entrance J.J. Dillon has made. The Sandman, Corino.
How about Low Ki? Again taking senior official Scott Armstrong, hooking him, driving him down, and then with the leg attack to Steve Corino.
I'll tell you what is on? I mean, Low Ki is almost like he's possessed. I mean, he comes out here in both tag team matches, wreaking havoc, grabbing the belt, smashing people with it. He caused the Disciples of New Church to lose their match to the Harris brothers. He attacked America's Most Wanted. I mean...
What is it? Is that the question?
Yes.
I think I can answer it in 2 words. Vince Russo. Oh, vicious knife-edge chop in the corner, unleashed by Low Ki.
A lot of people might say that Vince Russo's playing some pretty smart mind games then, because, Vince Russo's got you and I even confused over here to what he's doing.
Look at Corino. Physically manhandling Low Ki. Fires him out to the floor and then follows up knife-edge chops of his own and straight right hands right into the face of Low Ki.
You know what's amazing about this business? I remember when Low-Ki would walk in to NWA TNA and the crowd would absolutely freaking go nuts. And because he's joined Vince Russo Sports Entertainment Extreme, it all changes.
Wow, Low-Ki really laying in those chops. Double Mongolian chop, then rolls Corino into the ring, but Corino is there. Corino's ready for it. Possibly showing that they have faced each other in the past. Corino went to unleash the drop kick. Low-Ki able to hook the top rope, and then follows up with a pin attempt for another 2 count on Corino.
I'll tell you what, love him or hate him, Low-Ki is one of the most exciting wrestlers the sport has ever seen. He does things that just make you stand up in your, stand out of your chair and just applaud. The man is fantastic. He's impressive, and even though I don't understand his mindset sometimes, I love it. Like this.
You know,
I love to watch him wrestle.
You heard Corino earlier talk about people like Terry Funk, like Dusty Rhodes, and what a history that Corino had with Dusty Rhodes. Opponents, partners. At this point in time, Steve Corino, I think, looks at himself as being a disciple of the former NWA World Champion, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes.
A lot of people may not remember, but Steve Corino was here on our very first broadcast, part of the big gauntlet for the gold. And we haven't seen him since, Mike.
Wow, that only goes back 31 weeks.
Absolutely.
Physical battle between Low-Ki and Corino, and another knife-edge chop. Low-Ki with the boot right to the face and then snaps his neck, turns it around with the chop.
Just
and then
working on the leg.
Yeah, focusing his attack directly on the leg and the knee of Steve Corino. He loves to skid the boot right across the face many times, too, when he has someone in the corner like that. And that time, he just had the boot firmly planted right across the neck of Corino.
Low-Ki shows that he can do old school, too, Mike.
Corino, a regular over in Japan. Probably more tours of the Orient than just about any other wrestler in the past couple of years, primarily working for the 0-1 promotion. And Low-Ki has certainly turned the tide in this match and has the momentum in his favor against Corino.
As he's yelling old school at him right there in the ring and just toying with him right now. Hell, headbutt, just toying with him, Mike. The crowd, Corino's making the comeback.
Yeah, there's fire in Corino, and the king of old school reversed off into the ropes, ducked the clothesline, telegraphed the back body drop in Low-Ki, and that allows Corino to nail him. Caught him with the forearm.
Corino has got to get his breath, though, and got to get his focus back as Low-Ki just, I think, seriously disoriented him with all the chops and the kicks and the, working on the body. So if Corino's going to stand any chance in this, he has got to get the momentum switch in his favor.
Well, Low-Ki springs off the middle rope. Won't catch him. Nice release suplex that time by Corino.
Crowd loves him here in the Asylum. Well, he is old school, though, Mike, isn't he?
You see Low-Ki feeling the effects of that suplex.
Beautiful.
Boot right to the face-off. The kick sends Low-Ki out to the ring apron. Trying to regroup as Low-Ki. Caught him with the shoulder block from the apron.
Oh, man.
Springs in. Has him hooked. Dragon Sleeper is hooked.
And
Corino's in trouble. Corino was so close to the ropes.
He couldn't keep a hold of it, Mike.
Yeah, but he's moving backwards, and the motion sends Low-Ki into the top turnbuckle.
Low-Ki's got the position again.
Sleeper hold sends Corino into the corner. Going to try and follow up, and the super kick was there. The super kick was there when he came to the corner.
Corino leveled Low-Ki right there. Here it goes.
Pin attempt. Legs hooked. Shoulders down. No. Got the shoulder up at 2.
Oh, buddy, that was a thing of beauty right there.
Wow, would that be another big win for the NWA against Sports Entertainment Extreme?
We'll see Russo just go livid if Corino comes in here and takes away his tag team, one of the members of his tag team champions, Low-Ki.
Crucifix.
Oh, man.
Unique variation here where he hooks the head of Corino in that leg scissors as part of the crucifix move, extending the arm with the arm breaker. Corino's going to take him up to the shoulders.
Oh.
Excellent counter by Corino. Dropped him down with the neck breaker. Rolls through for the pin.
2.
No.
Wait a minute.
Did you see that?
Armstrong just got gouged in the eye by Low-Ki.
Desperation move by Low-Ki. Caught Scott Armstrong with... He purposely gouged him in the eye.
He was on the... right when he was getting ready to hit it.
NWA senior official Scott Armstrong has disqualified Low-Ki.
Just gouged him, and now Corino's mad because Low-Ki robbed him of the victory, Mike. But literally just poked him right in the eyes right when he was getting ready to give him the 3 count.
And then Corino punctuates it with a clothesline that sends him out to the ramp, and Corino's going to follow up and get some more.
Oh, well, I can see it right now. I mean, he is up. I mean, wow, here comes America's Most Wanted.
I guess you can't blame him after what went down earlier.
Absolutely not.
And look at Low-Ki escape. Look at him bail. Very fortunate that time as America's Most Wanted tried to exact a little payback from the interference earlier from Low-Ki.
Well, if you follow the orders of Vince Russo, like obviously Low-Ki's been doing all day.
Well, whoa, look at
Wait a
this.
minute.
The disciples of the new church. It's Lee and Slash chasing after Low-Ki as well, and they've got payback on their minds as well.
They've got a bigger bone to pick than America's Most Wanted because Low-Ki cost them their match. At least AMW did get the win over Rock and Roll Express.
And the stare down and the showdown between the two teams, America's Most Wanted, the disciples of the new church. Looked like there was some mutual respect there between those two.
Yeah, I almost thought I saw the old glimmer of the old rivalry there between those two.
Wow. Let's go to Goldilocks, who's standing by with Jerry Lynn, who has some very interesting news about himself and the X Division.
I'm backstage with Jerry Lynn, who's